once you get this skill set down and you're making money trading, you're making some money on the side trading, you can really focus on what it is you really want to do. If you are a beginner trader, if you've been doing this for a couple of weeks, couple months, even some years, and you feel stuck, you feel like it's just so much information, so many different terms to learn, complex terminology. You have to understand the charts. You have to understand how to look at the news and how it affects your tickers or your pairs. You have to backtest and study your charting. You have to understand price action, how those candlesticks move. You have to get your mindset right. You have to develop a certain level of discipline, right? There's so many things that we have to do as traders, and it's really a beautiful process. If you really stick to it, it can really refine you as a person. It can orient you towards something, give you a really solid goal in life. Once you get this skill set down and you're making money trading, you're making some money on the side trading, you can really focus on what it is you really want to do. Because with trading, it's just sitting at your computer for an hour or so a day. Like once you've understood the skill set, you got your trading plan going, you've back tested your ticker, your pair, you've chosen one or two pairs or tickers that you do want to trade, and you've studied them, you got your whole plan set up, you know exactly which days you want to trade and what time you want to trade during the week. Once you got that all down packed and you've done that for a little while, then you can go on and focus on what it is you're truly passionate about in life. I just wanted to make this video for all of my newbies that are just still in the beginning of their studies, or even if you're intermediate and you're well into studies. And there's a lot of times in my journey that I feel like, man, I've questioned myself so many times, is this for me? Especially in the beginning, because it was like, I can watch a video 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it's like, I'm just not understanding this. Like, is this for me? Is it too complex? Is this something that I should be doing and pursuing? I'm really glad that I stuck with it. I have been learning how to trade for almost 2 years now. I actually started my studies last year, March 2023, and that is literally the time that I had my daughter. So how it worked was, my dad was in the trading space for some years, and he had been trying to convince me to get into the space since 2018. My daughter in the background. But I just, we were estranged and we hadn't talked, and there was that barrier between us. And I just felt like I've tried to do it once, and then it was through I Am Academy, and I turned on a video and they were talking about Fibonacci within like one of the first videos. I'm like, Fibonacci? Like, at that time, I think it was about 2016. So I graduated high school in 2013. So I was a fresh 3 years out of high school, and I wasn't going to college. I was working a job at the mall, and I'm like, no, at that time I was actually at an eye doctor that I was at for 2 years, but that job was already a lot. It was very stressful. It was a lot of paperwork. I was working reception. So once I turned that on, they started talking about Fibonacci sequence. And I, mind you, didn't do well in math in high school. So I'm like, oh no, like that right there, it already threw me off. I'm like, this is not for me, right? So that was the first time I was introduced to trading. It was in 2016. Briefly. And then in 2018, my dad, he actually came back to me, and I got on a webinar, and I saw a whole bunch of young people, early 20s, barely fresh 18, talking about trading. And I just wasn't in the mindset. I wasn't ready yet. But at that time, I had an ex-boyfriend that I was with, and he had actually been a self-taught crypto thousandaire. So he used to spend hours after getting off of work. He used to spend hours and hours studying the crypto market, how it moves, the news, understanding and learning the crypto market and the different coins, and searching up, I think it was IPOs and ICOs of coin launches and things like that. This is way back in 2017, 2018. He was so early, right? And I watched him every night. I watched him come and do this. He would stay up till 4 in the morning. And I'm like, what is he? I didn't even know what he was doing. What is he doing? There was some nights he would just be like ecstatic, screaming, happy. If I can recall one event, one night he lost like $5,000. And then like it didn't hit him. I'm like, you lost $5,000. And then like a week later, something else happened, but it was a lot smaller, with a lot smaller of a loss. And he was like, he went crazy. Like he just started throwing shit. Like he went crazy. And I think that was that big loss that finally hit him. But he kind of like maybe didn't know how to react in the beginning of it. But that's just kind of a funny story that I experienced there. But I actually watched him turn a couple hundred to like 10,000, and then that 10,000 to 200,000, and quit his job and everything. And like, you know, that was it was so good for me to see that, for me to see him do that. But still, I didn't register like, oh, I could do this, you know what I mean? And just the thought of if I would have got in the crypto market back then, like, but no, we don't do FOMO. We're not doing FOMO. But it's just, I love the way that God has kept placing this skill set in my life and showing me a different way, because I had been in multiple multi-level marketing businesses up until then, and I knew that there was something else that I wanted to do. I've had a couple of sales jobs. I've read a lot of different self-help books, and started my own yoga online store, e-commerce store. I started studying yoga. I didn't finish for my certificate, but that's something I'm planning on doing. That's a goal of mine once I do become a successful, profitable trader, is to go back and pursue my yoga teacher training and get certified and share the gift of yoga, because yoga is like my first love when it comes to business. Something that I really wanted to orient my life. Why do I keep saying it like that? Orient my life to, because yoga has lifted me from depression, and I just feel like I will feel very complete once I am consistently doing yoga, teaching it, helping other people with the therapy of yoga, and comfortably making money with my trading. So, getting back to my point of trading. So twice in my life it has been introduced to me, and then my child's father, he actually had shown me certain things in the crypto market. It's becoming more evident now of the knowledge that he has, but he used to buy crypto for different transactions, and he didn't even realize like what he had his hands on. Like he was literally just using it as a currency, when it's something that people were changing their lives with and getting rich with. So that's the third interaction and introduction that I had with crypto and hearing about it. So now fast forward to, we're in 2024, and it's been a year, almost 2 years, since I have been learning this skill set. And trading has really shifted my life in a positive way. It's definitely given me something positive to gear towards in life. I did start literally as I had my baby. So I went through postpartum depression, and just a lot of different uprootings in life within this past year and a half while trading, while learning how to trade, and seldom demo trading, but I really started getting serious with my demo trading within the past month. Now imagine that it's taken me over a year to actually take the proper action. Like, I was just mostly focused on education, notes. I have books of notes on trading, which I'm actually pretty glad that my trading journey has started out that way. Strictly education based, because like I said, I watched videos 5, 6, 7 times. I'm actually a part of e-economy, and I started learning first with Forex, and then I shifted over to stock options. So I know how to trade both. I know how to trade Forex and stock options. I do know how to trade crypto, but market is very volatile, so it scares me a little bit. But so right now I'm focusing back on my stock options, although I did start on Forex because my company, they give out signals through a product called Plutos. So what I'm learning in this trading journey is that you have to laser laser focus on one thing and learn that first, build it up, get proficient in that, and then you can move on to your next subjects, right? So I've chosen my ticker of choice to be Chevron because they have affordable contracts. So I trade stock options, and Chevron is my choice. And then I also have always been fixated towards gold. So I trade XAU USD on the Forex side. Very seldom, because I want to have more capital to trade in that market. With stock options, it's a lot easier to make profits. You don't have to have a big amount of money. My coach says you can start off with $300 to $500 and really grow that account. So I've been doing that, and my whole purpose of this video is to tell people to stay focused on that end goal. I know that you just want to make money to live a comfortable lifestyle, or you want to make money to reach certain goals and things like that, and change your life in certain ways. But the main focus is understanding this skill set. And to do that, you do have to shift your mindset first. So you have to unlearn a lot of the things that you thought you knew to trade. We're programmed to be employees, so we have to learn how to shift our schedules and allocate our time properly into learning this skill set. And I do recommend studying first, getting the terminology down, because it makes it a lot easier when you get onto those charts. But the best teacher is chart time. So my number one step would be to study the terminologies of whatever sector in the trading market that you want to orient yourself to. So, study the basic terminology, study the inner workings of the sessions, like the time, understanding what's going to be a good time for you to trade, and kind of just setting up your future schedule around your current life. So for me, I work 3 nights graveyard. So it makes sense for me to trade my Chevron, because they're only open during the day. They're open from, the stock market is open from 6:30 my time, PST, to 12:30 is it 12:30? No, to 1:30 PST. So I have that window of time to trade Chevron, and I have to understand like when they make their big moves and what days they make it and how that aligns with my schedule. So that's number one, is studying your ticker or your pair of choice and the moves that it makes, back testing it and understanding that. But before even studying that, you have to know the terminology. You have to understand price action. You have to understand the candlesticks. You have to understand levels and market structure. And I will drop the free course that I've taken that has really elevated my trading game, like better than any other education that I have taken before this. It kind of just pieced together all of the knowledge that I have gotten. So I'll definitely drop that in my description box. And number two would be, actually it's kind of, I kind of meshed it in number one, but it is first learning. Number one is learning the terminology and understanding the market altogether. Number two is to backtest your pairs and understand their major moves so that you can start to gear yourself towards creating that trading plan. Number three would be demo trading. Demo trading. You have nothing to lose by practicing. And like I said before, chart time is the best teacher. It's the best teacher that you're going to get out this whole experience. The best things you're going to learn are going to be directly from the charts and how they move. Give me just a moment, my mom's calling. So yeah, like I said, I had just started actually consistently demo trading about a month ago. And that has been the single most greater teacher for me. But I honestly have the year and a half of studies under my belt, so I can say that definitely it's just a lot of application of the knowledge that I've learned on the charts. So either way it goes, I think that if I were actually demo trading that whole time that I was learning the knowledge, it would have made the journey a lot more smoother and understandable, because I would be so confused on different concepts and I can just see them actually applied in real time on the charts as I was learning them. So number three is that demo trading and chart time. That's the biggest lesson that you can take and learn from trading. Now I'm gonna leave it at those three tips of being a beginner trader and sticking to your plan and not giving up on this journey. Like I said, I've been on this journey of learning for a year and a half, going on to 2 years now, and I didn't give up. There were so many different setbacks and things that happened in life that could have easily made me think like, you know what, this just isn't for me. I give up. Every time I take 2 steps forward, I am knocked 5 steps back. But I didn't let that deter me. The beautiful thing about trading is the more that I poured into the learning and the charts, the more that it poured back into me. It's definitely been a journey of, can you stop? My mom is laughing in the background. It's just been a journey of learning myself. Trading teaches you a lot about yourself, a lot of where you aren't disciplined in life. It teaches you how to tackle your goals. It teaches you a lot about yourself emotionally, especially when you start demo trading, because the way you trade is the way that you live. Like they say, the way that you drive is the way that you live. It's the same thing. It's kind of like a mirror showing you yourself, you know. So I just wanted to make this short video to encourage beginner and intermediate traders that may be feeling stuck or lost to stay on that journey, and 3 simple tips and steps that you can take to elevate your trading game and to keep you consistent on your path. I hope that helps, and you guys have a beautiful day.